Last but not least, West Side Region, TC Macker, Senior Vice President, Coldwell Banker Commercial, WESTMAC, West Los Angeles.
Thank you, Joe. I'm going to talk about West Los Angeles. West Los Angeles consists of Beverly Hills, Santa Monica, Culver City, Century City, all the way down to Plaza Vista. Next slide. I wanted to sort of make it meaningful to everybody here. I know most people here are industrial brokers. Our industrial market in West LA is very small. We have 22 million square feet. Our vacancy rate is 6.6%. Our rental rates for industrial on the west side are $1.41 a square foot, so that's pretty meaningful. It's very expensive to be a warehouser in West LA. And looking at our office rates and trends, our vacancies have come up. In 2006, to give you an idea, we were at 5.3% vacancy. In 2009, we were at 12.1% vacancy. The overall market today is about a 13.5% vacancy. What's interesting is I was speaking to someone yesterday, and our rental rates, like for Fox Hills and Culver City for office buildings, in 1982 when I was in grammar school, the buildings that were built there started at about $2 a square foot when they came out of the ground. And today those very same buildings are at $2 a foot today. So that's 20 years later. I think we'll switch to the next slide and talk about the deals, which I think are more exciting than some of these numbers. So one of the larger deals down on the west side this past year was in Beverly Hills. This is an interesting deal. It was William Morris pre-leased the building in 2008. William Morris then went through a merger with Endeavor, another large talent agency. And Ari Emanuel, if you've seen the TV show Entourage, there's a character after him, Ari Gold, in Entourage. Ari Emanuel is the head of Endeavor, and when he took over the reins at William Morris Endeavor, he said, I don't want to be in that building, and tried to break the lease. With that said, they went through an arbitration, tenant and landlord, and they ended up getting MGM to come from Century City to take the entire building. The initial deal in 2008 was done in the high threes. The most recent deal was done in the low threes. It's a New York owner. Next slide. This is what I call the half-off deal. This was a deal done last year. It was an REO transaction. In 2008, the building sold for about $29 million. Had 20 offers on the property. The cap rate, to give you an idea at the time, was in the sub 5% cap rate. It's a 98% stabilized building, 98% leased stabilized building. It was sold with the idea of jacking up the rates and doubling them. When our market turned, the owner at the time lost the property to the lender. There was a $22 million note against the property. And the lender ended up selling the building for $16 million. So it went from 29, plus they put about 3 into it, back down to 16. And a 50% lease building at $2 lease rates instead of $4 lease rates. Switching to the next slide. I wanted to focus on, again, the things that I thought were interesting at a more macro level. For office buildings and also for industrial, I think our biggest issue is our high unemployment rate. Although our country, it seems, as a whole, our unemployment rates are going down. Our unemployment rate in California is 12.4%. I just checked the latest statistic, and actually went to 12.5%. For LA, Long Beach, Santa Ana, we're at 11.7%. So until that gets better, I don't see things changing much for office buildings, at least on the west side. Also, California could be on the verge of bankruptcy, although they're saying that might not happen. They're trying to project it. In general, companies still in West LA are downsizing. These are all my bad things I have to say about West LA on a macro level. On some of the positives, there's a lot of SBA deals being done. The 504 and 7A deals, a lot of tenants who previously couldn't buy buildings are getting buildings at 90% LTV, a 6% blended interest rate. Also some positive, we had the extension of Bush tax cuts, which puts more money in the hands of the small business owner. The stock market is up. Here it says, actually on my slide, 11.5. Today it was up to 12,000, and it's back, I think, just below 12,000 at the end of the day today. West LA also has very few deliveries. We have we don't have large pieces of vacant land where you can build a new building. So that's good for our market long term. But on that second slide, you may have seen that our vacancy rate, like I said, is in the 13.5%. It's not a 5% vacancy like industrial. So we've got some pain in our market, and our rates have dropped accordingly. I think we're, as a whole, nearing the bottom. We're kind of just bobbling along the bottom, and I think going forward, if we have inflation, which everybody talks about, the rising tide will lift all boats, is the hope, and will help property owners. And I think that's it.